The future to come in 20 to 30 years. Can it be predicted in the times of global uncertainty? How to map out the contours of the future so that they are more clear and bright. And what can be done by those who are today called the new generation? In today's program, Ернұр Ақжол, Жамиля Кенжетай, the smartest and most eloquent.
For me, the most important thing in life is having a goal. Overall, I believe that there are not people without goals. Goals that make us get up early in the morning, go to work or study. And there are many different goals. All depends on the person's ambitions.
Think globally, act locally. I believe that this describes the position of a citizen of the world. Those who think about other people help them, even in the smallest of ways, helping classmates or an elderly lady cross the street. If each one of us does some small good deeds, then this will lead to the formation of a global and tight-knit society.
My chemistry teacher proposed to me to take part in the competition. Who is smarter? She said, Ernur, there is this competition. Perhaps you would like to give it a try. And I decided to try my luck. The most distinguishing feature of this competition from other competitions is that the questions are not just on one subject, but encompass very diverse topics covering the globe.
With facts.
Ернұр Ақжол, student at the Nazarbayev Intellectual School in the city of Шымкент. In 2016, he became the winner of the intellectual project, Who is Smarter? The project was organized by the Fund of the First President and the State Fund for Language Development, as part of the group of best students of the Nazarbayev Intellectual Schools, completed studies in universities in Malaysia and the United States. In the first round of the competition, 1,500 contestants took part. Only 100 made it to the second round. And then, out of these 100 people, 10 were given the opportunity to continue competing at the Nazarbayev Center in Astana.
Assalamu alaikum, Jigi. Assalamu alaikum, kızlar. Biz қазір Ernur'larda.
At that moment, I was overwhelmed with emotions. I do not know why. Perhaps everything was at stake. You either win or lose. At the beginning, I was nervous, but thanks to my knowledge, I answered all the 71 questions correctly and won.
Армысыздар, ұлағатты көрермендер. Мен барша қатысушыларды құттықтаймын. Және де осы конкурсты ұйымдастырушыларға рахмет.
As the smartest student of the year, as a gift, I got a laptop and the president's book, Tati Alma. The competition, Who is Smarter, became a special moment in my life. To be honest, I felt like on seventh heaven.
Quick release the cash, watch it fall slowly. Frat girl still trying to get in.
My English language teacher, Asimgula Kalbaevna, called me and my classmate and told us that there is this contest on the art of rhetoric and that we can try to take part in it. I immediately said yes, let's try it, why not? Therefore, of course, I was not counting on winning, but it was interesting for me to take part. Jamilia Kенжетай, student at the Nazarbayev Intellectual School in Pavlodar, in 2017 won the International EF Challenge Speech Competition. The idea of the competition is to come up with original answers to the question, what does it mean to be a citizen of the world? As the winner, she took part in the Forum of Leaders that was held in New York.
Hello, my name is Jamilia.
Hi everyone, my name is Nguyễn Lâm Thảo Tâm.
Hello, my name is Ernur.
This is an international competition and students between the ages of 15 to 19 take part in it. There were a number of criteria. First is age, of course. Second, the video must be no shorter than 2 minutes and no longer than 5. Also, the video must be in English and uploaded to some kind of platform. In my case, it was YouTube.
Платформу, в моем случае это был YouTube. Я не знала, что я буду снимать, что я буду говорить.
I did not know what I would film, what I would say, and how it will all look on camera. This was the most difficult part. For 2 weeks, I was just walking around and did not know what to film or how to film it. And once I already got the idea, then everything went really fast.
Идея, то тогда уже пошло все очень быстро.
Peaceful, okay, peaceful. Далее я хотела бы, чтобы ты...
And then I wanted you to add some emotions when you speak about gender inequality. And also make an emphasis when you're speaking about who is the citizen of the world and list the criteria that you had in the beginning. What was the first criteria?
Что там в начале у тебя было первый критерий? Первый какой был критерий?
Первый тур, то есть это был...
The first round was on the country level, so in our case it was in Kazakhstan. I passed the round and we got first place in Kazakhstan.
A global citizen is someone who respects and values diversity, tries to fight against social and gender injustice, takes responsibility for their actions, tries to make the world a sustainable place, and of course, think about others. В качестве подарка за победу в конкурсе.
For my victory, I was awarded a trip to New York to the International Forum of Leaders. It had been my dream since childhood to go to the United States. And here I was given this opportunity to not just go as a tourist, but as a participant of an interesting youth event.
Интересного молодежного мероприятия.
Мектебimiz жыл сайын осы
Every year, our school sends outstanding students to study abroad for 3 weeks. I have been abroad twice.
екі рет шықтым. Бірі Малайзиядағы.
The first time I studied biochemistry at the University of Nottingham in Malaysia, and the second time at the Columbia University of New York in the US. I took a course in astronomy.
Жалпы мен осы шетелде алған білім.
After coming back, I shared what I learned with the students of our school. For example, after my studies in Malaysia, I started a STEM course, during which we conduct practical seminars on 2 topics.
Көбінесе практикалық жұмыстар жасаймыз.
Сейчас я вам отрежу банан, и вы должны повторять за мной. Вязкие состояния печени.
During one of the seminars, we grow plants without the commonly used soil. And during the other seminar, we are trying to obtain the DNA. We have the opportunity to use the lab to observe the DNA of different types of food products and biological organisms.
Actually, I was in New-Yorke, so тағы бір жетістігім.
Another achievement of mine is that I conduct English language courses. Among the 10th grade students, my IELTS score is 6.5. This allows me to teach language in grades from 7th to 9th.
Осы 9, 8, 7 сыныптарға IELTS-ты оқытуды жөн көрдім.
Transfer a lot of things.
The atmosphere was great. Like you are in the evening, have a picnic with your best friends. Запоминающий стал момент, когда я встретила.
The moment that I remember is when I met my new friends. Because we were all from different countries, we were all with different worldviews. And it is as if a person from every nationality had something special. And when we were all brought together, we complemented each other.
Я помню, когда в первый раз мы им показали Астану.
I remember when we showed them for the first time the pictures of Astana, they were all just shocked. Because not many people know about Kazakhstan. And when we showed Astana, a young and beautiful capital, to be honest, they did not believe that this is Kazakhstan.
В шоке, они даже не поверили, что это Казахстан, если честно.
Every day we had different discussions. We talked about topics that cover a global scale. We analyzed the goals of the UN. The United Nations has 17 goals that need to be achieved by 2030.
Есть 17 целей, которые они должны выполнить до 2030 года. Цель, которую мы разобрали, была...
The topic that we analyzed was quality education. I worked in a group with girls from Mexico, France, and Japan. We chose a country from the African continent, Somalia. Due to the shortage of teachers, the pervasiveness of hunger, and unstable economy, the education system cannot get up on its feet. And in the end, we presented a solution to this problem.
Media
today plays a very important role in the life of any person. A person has a Facebook account, Instagram, and looks through the news feed. And we decided to make some kind of a hashtag that will call upon teachers to come to Somalia to teach children.
Учителей именно приезжать в Сомали, чтобы обучать детей. Мы решили снять.
We decided to make a video in which teachers tell why they love their job.
В Сомали есть много учителей, но...
In Somalia, there are a lot of teachers who did not believe that their job is something that is in demand. Because children often skip school because they have to earn money.
Мен қазір 3 жобамен айналысып жатырмын. Мысалы, қазіргі мен.
At the moment, I am engaged in 3 scientific projects. One of them is on the problem of smog in the cities of Almaty and Aktobe. I am working on this project with a friend. As a solution, we are proposing to use artificial trees that work using renewable energy sources. These trees are surrounded by filters. At the top part, solar panels are set up, and at the bottom, wind filters. The polluted air, when passing through these artificial trees, is purified from the harmful pollutants, and we get clean air coming out of the filters.
I would like to be a genetic engineer because I'm very attracted to biology and genetics. I find it very interesting. There are now a lot of diseases that are hereditary, which means that they are passed through genetic material. And I believe that if we could study them in depth, then it would be possible to have the genes react differently. Therefore, we would not have any hereditary illnesses.
Some say that there are 2 things about which one cannot be mistaken in life, when choosing a life partner and when choosing a profession. Many people cannot realize their potential because of a wrongly chosen profession.
Не тот, который ровесник, а который всегда поможет объяснить что-то и дать жизненный совет. Здорово.
I would like to become a businessman. This is my long-term dream. The economy of our country is considered to be mainly resource-based, and this has been the case since the times of the Soviet Union. I would like to put all my efforts into making a contribution to a cause that will help our country's economy transition from being a resource-based to production-based. My list of universities includes Glasgow, Michigan, Stanford, and Harvard. Why these foreign universities? Because they can give not just great knowledge, but also help its students start their own business. Today, Kazakhstan needs not so much new business plans, but adaptation of foreign know-how to the realities of the economy of our country. I believe that thanks to this approach, in the future I will be able to make a substantial contribution to the development of Kazakhstan's businesses. I'm not afraid of anything at all, because I know that if I want, I can achieve everything, however intimidating it might be. Participation in the forum had an incredible impact on me. Preparation for it made me think about issues that I never thought of before. There are a lot of problems in the world, such as hunger, gender inequality, racism, and incurable diseases. No one can resolve all of them at once. But if each one of us contributes, relying on one's own capabilities, together we'll be able to make the world a better place. The time that passed cannot be returned. That is why instead of wasting time surfing the internet or watching useless movies, it is better to do something more worthwhile, which would get one closer to the cherished dream. When moving step by step closer to our goal, we are sort of climbing to the peak of a mountain. And the harder the ascent, the sweeter the reward from your efforts, once you get to the peak of the mountain. Ернұр Ақжол is set to complete school in 2019. Right after graduation, he is going to commence his studies at one of the leading universities of the world. For him, this will be another step towards his dream, a dream which, like a lighthouse, guides him along the path of his life.
Jamilia Kенjetai dreams of going to New York after graduating from school and getting admitted to a university there. She sees her future in the field of science. She believes that her innovation in the field of genetic engineering will be a great contribution to Kazakhstan, where Jamilia is planning to return after obtaining her PhD.